This is the best answer for treatment for your teenager with ADHD. I get the question all the time, Ivan, should I put my teenager on medication? Should I try occupational therapy? Should I put him in counseling? Ivan, what do I do with my teenager who has ADHD, who is struggling? Our house is struggling. What do I do? Well, I'm Ivan. I'm a parent coach. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm a dad. And I have my own children who have ADHD, and I have worked with children and teens and adults who have ADHD, and I can tell you there is one single answer that is going to trump all the other options of when you are looking at treatment for your child, something that you should consider before anything else. But let's talk about the main ways that people look for treatment, main ways for help. Number one, medication. And this can be such a controversial thing, and it can sway either way. So no, there is no definitive answer on medication because, and I'll get to this, are you going to take off the edge so that they can focus? Or is the medication going to dull them down so that they don't have their own personality and their own uniqueness, that they can thrive? And you have to be able to balance that. What is this doing to my child? And some of it may be testing back and forth. So it's a difficult thing to know. And it's a difficult situation to be in because it takes a lot of time to see the effects of the meds and then to change the meds and balance it with what else is going on. And if there's anxiety involved, if there's depression involved, all those things make medication very difficult. And I cannot answer that for you. You will have to consider that. But there's more to it that I want to share with you. The second thing is looking at counseling. Hey, can I come in with a very cognitive approach and help my teen learn how to be self-aware and how to focus and how to engage? And the challenge is that our brain is set up with different parts and different compartments that are in charge of different things. And a cognitive approach comes from the front of our brain, where we can think and we can plan and we can sequence, we can use these executive functioning skills. But many times with ADHD, it's a sensory processing thing, which means that it's deep inside the brain at a completely different part. And the sensation that's coming in there, the drive to understand and the drive to have enough information in the brain so that the front can work, is going to be limiting the ability of the frontal lobe to function well. So if I'm only coming in, now there's different types of counseling, but if I'm only coming in with a cognitive approach, I'm missing the fact that I am having difficulty processing with the sensory portions of my brain. Okay, so Ivan, are you saying that occupational therapy is the answer? Well, occupational therapy does look at cognitive approaches. It does look at sensory approaches. Occupational therapy looks at the teenager's ability to engage and do and practice and use their body. And there's a lot of benefit to that. But there's something that is still more important than any of those three options. And it has to do with the fact that all of this stuff is coming from an external perspective. We have somebody who is wanting to help this child grow, and they are putting influences on the child. Medication, counseling, learning techniques. Hey, we're going to do these activities with you. And it's all external, a locus of control, something from the outside. And what we really want is actually that to be flipped around. We want the control to come from the inside. That is when the best learning occurs. That is when the best motivation occurs. And there are teens who, in those three different strategies, will have an internal motivation. But many times, they are frustrated themselves. They are overwhelmed. Your child is struggling and wants to be successful and has poor self-esteem and poor self-belief. It's been going on for years and years and years, and they just don't understand why they struggle. So the best answer to help your ADHD teen, what you can do, starts with you. You are the answer. And I want you to stop and think about yourself. How busy are you? How frustrated are you? How overwhelmed? Are you running from fire to fire to fire, trying to find the right answer for your teen, of trying to solve the problems, of trying to be the mom and take charge of everything in the house and your teenager and the job and all that stuff? Is there peace inside you? And is there the ability to connect with your teen and really take the time to get to know them, to be next to them, to support them with their habits, to support them with their struggles, to give up your own agenda of what you think is important and what your priorities are, to see into what their priorities are. What is their agenda? How do they need to grow to thrive? How do you believe in your teen, or are you so overwhelmed and frustrated that you are just trying to drag them along to a solution that they don't see because it's not inside them? But I promise you, when you slow down, when you truly connect, when you truly believe in your teenager that they can be successful with their ADHD, things begin to change. Your frustration decreases. Their self-esteem increases. Their belief in themselves increases. Their ability to shine for who they really are, who they want to be, grows, and they begin to accomplish things that they did not think that they could accomplish. They begin to see the good in themselves, the way that they are different from other people, and the motivation to be themselves and to excel in the things that they are good at, because with their ADHD, not despite, but with their ADHD, they can be more successful and grow in more ways than they can imagine and more than you can imagine. But then the question is, how do you get there? How do you see these 3 common strategies to try to help your teen through medication, through counseling, through therapies of various sorts? How do you see past that and see that the true answer, the biggest answer, you can use the other 3, but starting with you, starting with yourself as their parent, where do you go for help? Books are going to lead you to answers, but they don't tailor advice directly to you. They don't know your family. You can watch videos. Here I am on social media giving you some advice. But what if you were able to connect directly with me, to meet with me weekly, to have videos tailored to your specific situation for your learning and your growth, to be able to chat with me through the phone. Hey, Ivan, this is what's going on. This is what I need. This is where my family's heading. How do I work with this? And I, knowing you, can help you navigate the challenges that are placed before you. That is my parent coaching program. That is what I invite you into, so that you can grow, so that your teen can thrive, and you and your teen and your family can move forward with motivation coming from the inside, healing coming from the inside, not from the outside, but growth that is real and growth that is lasting. That is my invite to you. Follow me. Check out the link below. Connect with me. Make a comment. I want to know you, and I want to help you find out how we can work together. And I'll see you.